Hello. Hello and welcome back to Dance Colleges and Careers. I'm your host, Brittany Noltemeyer, and this episode we are talking about photography. Let's go. Dance Colleges and Careers is the podcast where we help you navigate the college application process. Yes, you and your parents, we are here with many tips and tricks to help you make that senior year a little bit less stressful. Maybe a lot less stressful. That's what I'm hoping for you. A lot less stressful because let's face it, getting into college is hard. Trying to apply to the right school is stressful and it's very time consuming. So I'm here to help you out a little bit. Today we're talking about photography. So we discussed how in the portfolio, in your dance portfolio, there are many different elements you need. You need your dance resume, you need photography, you're going to need videos, you're going to need essays, your letters of recommendation, and that's not all. It's a lot of work. I know it's a lot of work, and so that's why we're here to nail down some do's and don'ts of the process. Today we're talking about photography. Okay, this is kind of a fun one, right? We love getting those dance pictures. We love the senior photos. And this is your opportunity to just go in a little bit more prepared. The first photo you have to get is a headshot. A headshot. A headshot means about maybe from like your chest up or even down maybe to your hips, but it's usually about shoulders and face, okay? Shoulders and face. And even with that, there are many different poses you can do. You can be straight on, you can be on the angle, you can be leaning forward, something to be aware of if we are heavier in the chest size, so that we're not leaning forward too much. We can be straight on with our face. We can be on the angle, leaning back, forward. All these different angles help you present yourself the very best you can because your headshot is the very first impression you're giving people. The first impression you give the college admissions process, and it's probably the photo you have on file when you go to your dance audition. So your headshot is really important. And you know what? You can use this for the next couple of years, most likely, as long as it's decent enough quality. So let's try and set you up for success in that headshot. You got to pick out your shirt ahead of time, right? What type of neckline do you want to have? Do you want to have a plunging V neckline? Probably not. Okay, probably not in your college application process. Are you looking for a low plunging V? Not saying you have to have a turtleneck, but that's just, there's that. You don't want to have your bra falling out, okay? I had one shoot where they were like, "Oh, don't worry about it. I can edit it out." Where I just kept having a bra strap that was showing. And it drove me nuts because any photo in that whole section, they had to completely edit it out, and that's a lot of work, and then it starts to look a little bit fake. And if I just would have tucked it away, it never would have been an issue, and a lot more of those photos would have been usable. We want to make sure we have a clean neckline, probably no patterns. I'd be very careful with patterns. Then there's textures you can think of, textures you can play with, but in general, a plain, clean, not see-through shirt is a great way to go. Also be careful of the wrinkles. Okay, so like this right now it's wrinkly. If I were to lean forward, it would be kind of messy. It would probably make me look wider than I am. I don't want that. Who wants that? But if you have like a blouse on, there are some blouses that have a perfect neckline, but then they look really baggy. And so something you can do is you can tighten it in the back or with like a clip. Or maybe that one just doesn't work because it could get baggy under the armpits, giving you, again, a weird shape. That's what you want to think about when you're preparing for your headshot. You want to think about the neckline, how it fits up top, the sleeve length. How do you feel about your arms? Do you feel confident? Are they like strong? Are they maybe not your best feature and you'd rather have a sleeve? Short sleeve, long sleeve, whatever you like there. Just certain things you want to think about before you get all the pictures back and you're like, oh, my arms look really fat in this tank top. If that's not what you were hoping for. Hair. Let's talk about your hair. Same thing as like the bra strap. The hair, you want it to be clean, but you still want it to have volume. So it's not just pasted down, which can be a pretty tricky line. I've had a lot of issues with that, especially when I had my curly hair. I had a lot of photos where my hair wasn't clean. Like there would be one hair out of place and it kind of drove me crazy. So just something to think about there. Maybe I think the best thing maybe would do is just bring a friend with you. Bring someone you're comfortable with who can help you look amazing, help you feel comfortable, giggle, laugh, have fun, because taking pictures should be fun. I know it can be stressful, but the more fun you can have in the process, the better your pictures are going to turn out. The more confident and comfortable you feel, it's just going to come through on the other side on that picture. Makeup and jewelry. Makeup, you really don't need to overdo the makeup. If you have way too much makeup on and it looks like we're on stage, it does kind of limit you. It makes you look not as natural. It might make you look not as much like you. I would also be careful but I still would wear makeup. You still want color and pigmentation on your face. I'd be careful with lip gloss. Lip gloss gets like a weird shine in photography. When it comes to just the natural headshot, when it's not about the lips. And then jewelry. You don't want your jewelry to overshine you. So big, gaudy jewelry, like maybe what you'd wear in a pageant, might not be the best for your headshot when we really want to capture your personality, who you are, rather than, ooh, those are cute earrings. See what I'm saying? So the point of your headshot is to give a good first impression, showing us your authenticity, confidence, and your uniqueness. Make sure you have good lighting, a good backdrop for your picture. Again, the backdrop should not overpower where you are. It's not like, oh, wow, look at that beautiful mountain they're on. No, this is about you. Okay, so think about your backdrop, think about your lighting, and finally, your expression. What personality trait do you want to give as your first impression? Me, I'm bubbly. I'm positive. I like to smile. I feel like Elf, like Buddy the Elf. I just like to smile. Smiling's my favorite. So when I take serious headshots and that just doesn't really make sense for me and my personality and in the roles I'm trying to get, because what I bring to the table is my positivity, is a bright smile. I always say I'm a holiday girl. I'm a Christmas girl. I have a big family smile. And that's how I'm trying to get hired. That's how I want to be remembered. So that's the headshot that I'm going to turn in. For very specific jobs or specific roles, you're going to use that more adult or serious picture. But in most scenarios, a classic professional smile doesn't have to be like the biggest, toothiest smile in the world, but and then you can explore your different smiles as well, which we talk about when I do my showmanship. When I coach a lot of dance competition kids on their showmanship, and I teach them how to bring out their storytelling. And that's what we talk about. We talk about all the different smiles you can have, which is, teeth closed, but a little smile, all the way up to like the mouth open, I have to laugh out loud type of smile. And there's many in between. And those can all be explored in your photo shoot. But you could explore before you go to your photo shoot, maybe in the mirror. That's probably a good idea. Okay, let's move on. Mastering body shots or dance picture. I'm saying get a body shot because sometimes you might need like a full body shot. It's not as common. I have them as an adult and I use them sometimes pretty rarely. I almost always use the dance photos, but it's good to have it when I need it. Okay. And it's super easy. It's the same as when you're taking your headshots, but it's just your full body. All right. And then I make sure that, again, I'm showing off the good parts of my body, right? I want to show off where I'm toned, where I'm more physically fit, where I'm more confident. And I try all different angles and lines because when you get the pictures back, you might think you loved this one, but then when you see it differently, it might be way better. Then some dance. Okay, the dance photos. We all love those dance photos. I use them all the time. They're fun, they're exciting, legs everywhere, awesome. Then something to think about as you take those dance artsy photos is your personality. Think about everything we just mentioned for that headshot and what you want to portray in your dance photo. Do you just want to show that you are this artistic dancer, or do you want to show your personality as well? Probably a little more personality. And a lot of times people will I'll see a lot of photos with the head to the side, and that's great. That makes a beautiful line. But I would try some with your face cheeky to the camera and in whatever dance position you're in, because I think it often can be more captivating for you to see you as the person rather than just, oh, that's a pretty picture. That's a nice pose. No, I want to see you in that pose going, ooh, she's fierce, or he's fierce, or whatever. So play with that personality in the body shot, in the full pictures as well. And then also play with different fabrics, different colors. It's great to have skirts. Skirts can do a lot of fabric. You can lift and the way it flows. I have this picture right here with this big skirt. I don't really like the color orange, but I ended up having a whole bunch in this color orange that worked out better than I ever would have thought. And I also always try to do something black, but then I like to do something very brightly colored as well. But then the orange or deep red, they kind of give me a little bit more neutral. It's not as summery or as dark as the black. So you definitely can play with fabrics, play with different items in your closet, but definitely plan ahead of time. Plan ahead of time, but bring different options, because the photographer probably, they do this for a living, right? So they might say, oh, let's try that instead because I think that'll work really well in this space. And go ahead and try that out. Okay. So let's say you're not getting professional photos done. Let's say you're not doing senior photos. You're just going to do this on your smartphone. That's cool. You can do that. These things are amazing. Our phones have amazing technology, and the camera is better than many real cameras out there. Well, as long as you're not using an old iPhone 7 or something like that. Play with different backdrops, play with different colors, and make a day of it. It's fine if it's not a professional photo. It's fine if you didn't spend a lot of money on it, but just make it look professional on your end. Still make sure you've done some editing and it looks as clean and crisp as you possibly could make it. Let's add one other tip that I've included in some of the other videos. I always attended ballet intensives, and they always wanted a photo of you standing in tendus à la seconde, tendus in second position, and a first arabesque. That might be necessary for your college. It might not for where you're applying, but I just always had to do those. I had to take them year after year. And so I'm including that in hey, you might want to throw this in there just in case. And I would just do it in pink tights, ballet shoes, and a black leotard with a nice clean bun and some makeup on, obviously, with a beautiful smile or personality in that photo. You might need it, you might not, but while you're taking these photos already, might as well just throw it out there, give your best tendu, but most importantly, have someone on that side of the camera say, turn out your supporting leg. It's not a video, it's a picture. They can be talking to you through it. Smile bigger. Have them guide you so that you can actually take the best photo you can. You can also play with different shoes. Yeah, you can go barefoot. You can wear fun boots. Just if you don't have the best feet, wear a shoe that looks fabulous and makes you look amazing, but doesn't accent our biscuits. Okay? Or if you have great feet, showcase those feet. Yeah, let's see it. We want to see that. We want to see what makes you awesome. In conclusion, to have the most success with your photos is to do your research and then careful planning. You so that you pick things out ahead of time and it's not the night before and you're going, oh, all my shirts look like they're 10 years old, because they are. So now I encourage you to look at dance photos a little bit differently. When you see somebody's dance video who you don't know, how does it make you feel? Do you immediately feel a connection with this one? Are you like, oh, that's pretty, but moving on? How do they make you feel? And then that's a great way to research and start to find some poses that you're like, ooh, that's a powerful pose. Or I can resonate with that. That would make sense on my body. And it kind of would express everything that I feel or who I am. So get out there and start playing around with that camera. Take some pictures, play with the angles, play with the outfits, and have fun. All right, thanks for sticking around. Thanks for joining us today on Dance Colleges and Careers. I hope this has been helpful for you. If you've learned just one little thing today, please hit that like button and subscribe to our channel so you can get all the updated videos. Thanks for joining us and keep on dancing.